Good morning, everyone. It is too early to be baking, but I gotta do it, so stay tuned. You're gonna join me. Hey y'all, well it is Sunday morning and we are getting ready to bake an apple pie because we have a group of folks from our church getting ready to go to on a mission trip, and so they're having a hot dog meal after church and they're accepting donations. They asked a few of us to make desserts. So I am making an apple pie, but before I get started on that, I've got to show you something I got in the mail yesterday. It says, "Welcome to our farmhouse," and it's got the little rooster on the truck, and I have one in blue and one in green. And I want you to look at this blue one. Well, you can't really see it there. Let's go over here. And in the green one, like, I have red and green in here. Like, see my rooster over there? I have red and green. It's like my accent colors. So they're perfect. And a little note attached in it. It says, "Thinking of you today, Vicky." Now, Vicky is the lady that was in our former church. And she just had us on her mind. And she made these. I mean, she embroidered these on. It's like a tea towel. And I was so excited. It just absolutely made my day. And it's one of those things where I want to display it, but I'm scared I'm going to get grease on it. But they're going to be displayed. So anyway, I just had to show y'all that. You know, I said I was going to get a post office box so y'all could send me like I know some of you are in different areas of the country and you may have things that we don't have here and you want me to try it. So I'm going this week to get me a post office box. I promise. I just haven't done it. I was supposed to do it when I reached 200 subscribers, but I didn't do it. So I'm going to do it this week. But anyway, we're making an apple pie. So let me get everything laid out and I'll be right back. So let me first go over the ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need a box of the pie crust or make your own. I can make my own pie crust, but with this convenience, there's no need. So I went to this came from Aldi. I don't think I've ever tried Aldi's brand. I usually do Walmart's, but so I'm gonna try this. I'm sure it's wonderful. They come in packs, and there's 2 in a pack. So you have your bottom crust and your top crust, and so they're thawing. They're almost thawed. So I'm just gonna leave them out. You're gonna need about 6 medium-sized apples. I usually use Honeycrisp or Granny Smith, but they were all so small in the bag, and I was going to have to buy like 2 or 3 bags. And these were medium size. These were a good size, and I think these are Fuji. I think you're going to need sugar, flour, and cinnamon, and butter. Oh, I got to lay my butter out. Oh, I did lay my butter out. Oh, already have. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get to slicing these apples. I'll let you watch me slice the first one, and then I'll bring you back when I get them all done. But, I just cut them. I think y'all saw me when I did my German pancake. If you watched that on Facebook Live. Y'all, I had not planned on videoing this. I'd planned on videoing something else. But anyway, and so I just peel each piece that I slice. And somebody asked me why I do it this way, why I don't just peel the whole apple first, and if there was a reason behind that. There is no reason that I can think of that I do it that way. I always got this. Except it kind of gives my hand a break. And it's just not quite as cumbersome to me as peeling the whole thing. But no, there is no rhyme or reason. It's just the way I do it. Sometimes my hands cramp up. I get cramps really bad. And so if I take a break between like pieces or apples, it gives me a break. Now, and I'm just going to slice these, and I get that little hard core part out. In wedges, in little, you can see the thickness there. And just like you would an apple pie slice. All right. Sometimes that little seed protector thing gets left in there. And I've got about 6 of these apples this size, so I'm gonna peel and slice those, and we'll bring you back as soon as I'm done. Okay guys, as you can see, we've got them all sliced up there. Now I'm gonna bring you back around here and we'll talk about the rest of the ingredients. I've got everything in this bowl. I wish there was a place where I could put you guys and you could see what I'm doing. Let's try over here. And I can tilt you down a little bit and you'll be able to see both.
Good morning.
He's going to check a cow. We had a cow yesterday that looked like she either had just had a calf, and if she had, we couldn't find it. And if she hadn't, then she's about to. I'm getting my sugar. Y'all, this was not at all what I had planned on videoing. I had planned yesterday to make a recipe that one of my viewers had sent me, a cabbage casserole. And I have yet to get around to, I didn't even cook supper. Caroline called us over and she just had chicken patty sandwiches, and she wanted to do marshmallows over her little grill pit thing. So that's what we did, and we had the best night ever. It was wonderful. So I'm going to start with a cup of sugar. And there's a few clumps in my sugar, so I'm going to take my whisk. Didn't I have a whisk? I thought I had a whisk. Guess not. Now, y'all, I did not... Brian, help me. Brian, help me slice. Not sure what those slices are, but anyway. Oh, mercy. Alright, I'm going to put just a little bit more than a cup. I'm just a heaping cup. There goes my measurements again. That was probably 1 1/4 cups, but I don't know. I didn't measure it. Okay, so now I'm going to put in 1/3 cup of flour. I'm going to whisk that in. Anyway, so that's an upcoming video, is a cabbage casserole. I've never tried it. So I'm going to be trying it for the first time when I video it. But anyway, what I was saying about the post office box, you know, because somebody had mentioned, we talked about tea the other day and how I use Louisiana, and my friend Tammy from Collard Valley Cooks, she uses Tetley. And so I can go buy Tetley. In fact, I did go buy a box of Tetley. I haven't tried it yet, but I have it here to try. But somebody asked me about a tea called Red Rose, something Rose. I can't remember, but I don't know what that is. And so I thought, you know, things like that that you may have that I don't have access to, and that you would like for me to try, you could always mail it to me in a post office box. Now, I don't have a teaspoon measure. It broke off of my thing here, so I'm using a half. So, but I'm going to put a whole teaspoon in. And I'm putting a whole teaspoon of cinnamon because I don't use nutmeg. And I want the apple taste to shine forth. So I'm not... Now, if you notice, I did not lemon my apples. Now, if I was going to be sitting here and I'd already peeled them and I was waiting on everything, I would have so they didn't turn brown. But I was going to work pretty quickly. So I didn't put lemon juice on them. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour this sugar and flour in with my apples. They're clean. And I'm just going to stir it around, making sure every apple gets coated. Now it'll be good and sticky after this. What's that 80s song? Pour some sugar on me. I'm sticking sweet. Yeah, I'm sticking sweet. All right. Let me wash them now. And y'all, if you stay tuned to the end of the video, I'm going to show you some adorable pictures of Judah playing in the rain. He was playing outside in the rain. It was the cutest thing ever. And I'll show you some pictures of my my garden. Yeah, I'm so excited about my garden. Okay. In just a few short weeks, I'm going to be working like crazy, and you're going to have videos like crazy because I'm going to be canning, I'm going to be freezing, I'm going to be cooking. The garden stuff is fixing to come in. I've probably got a zucchini or squash that's, if it's not ready today, it'll be ready Monday. It's probably going to be ready today. Alright, so I just put a little bit of flour on my board here. These never just slide right out for me. I could never be a TV cook because nothing ever happens the way it's supposed to. I don't know how their stuff is just so perfect. Okay. And I'm going to put just a little bit of flour. Now, you don't have to do this because it'll probably fit your 9-inch pan. But I give it just, and all I'm doing is I'm just kind of, I'm not pressing down much. I'm just widening it just a little bit. Not a lot at all. Just a little. Alright, and I'm going to fold it over in half. I'm going to bring my pie plate up here. I'm going to put the half of the pie crust in here. Alright, let me show you that again so you can see now. We'll just start all over. Okay, I've rolled it out, and I'm just going to take it back, fold it in half, bring my pie plate right here, and I'm going to come to about the half mark of my plate, and then I'm going to unfold it. And so it's perfectly shaped on my pie pan. Now I'm going to go down and push my thumbs around the bottom seam, making sure I have enough pie crust. See, I got a little more over there, but that's okay. As long as I have enough on this side, I'm good. Now I know many would leave this pie crust on, but I'm going to show you what I do with it. Because I've got enough to crimp. And so I just hold my pie plate with my hand on the bottom like this, and I take my knife that I just cut my apples with, and I just kind of come down the side of the pie plate where I have excess. And a good thing, if you have children, they get to play with this, or you can roll it back out, and if you've got a pretty leaf, especially in the fall, if you have a pretty leaf, you could cut out of that. In fact, let's see here. Let's cut us out a leaf. I'm just going to freehand it. Maybe. Ow. Well, that's not a very pretty leaf, but anyway. And I'm just going to score it. There. Not very pretty, but oh well. Alright, so I'm just going to take my apple mixture here. And dump it in. Woo, y'all. My apples may have been too big. I'm filling in holes here. Alright, I'm not going to put in, let's see. I'm not going to put any more apples in, but I am going to put the rest of this sugar and flour. I only have like maybe a half a cup worth of apples left. I probably could fit them in. All right, let me wash my hands again. I'm hot, sticky and sweet, from my head to my feet, yeah. It's hot in here, so I thought, well, that kind of goes with it too. All right, so now, there's my little leaf. Let's put a little bit more flour down. Let's open up our second pie crust. Now this one we may have to roll out a little further because, I don't know, we'll see. Now before I put this pie crust on, I'm going to take some butter and just dot butter in there. I don't want a lot of flour on the top. My rolling pin. I just wanted to put enough that it wouldn't stick. Alright. And I'll do the same thing again. But first we got to put butter on there. So let's do that real quick. And I just put little dots of butter eating this butter. There, that should be good. All right. So let's bring our pie back over here. Now, there are multiple ways of crimping. And if I was doing another kind of pie, I would do my finger thing. But since this is so full of fruit, and I want to make sure it's got a really, 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 really good seal, I'm going to do my fork technique. Which I'm just going to dip it in flour. And I'm going to go around the sides, crimping it down into the other pie crust. And it's not holding very good. So maybe I will do my finger technique. Well, that seems to be holding better. Usually the fork does better, but and I'm just taking my two fingers and this finger and going in between them. So I'm just doing this. So I'm taking this and pushing, 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 pushing. I can't do it on the outside. I have to have it here. I need a GoPro so y'all can see what I see. And on this one, I'm not cutting off any excess. I'm just kind of tucking it under. I'm pushing it under as I go. Y'all, tonight today after lunch, we're having the donation lunch for the missionary team. And then tonight at church, we're having softball, like a fun night, a picnic night. It's going to be fun. All right, so I've crimped it all the way around. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? All right, so I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to put a few vent holes in, because I don't want it to explode. I'm going to put my leaf right here in the center and kind of press it down. Now, this is another kind of hand thing. I've got this butter soft, so I'm going to take just a little bit of this butter and soften it good in my hands. And rub just a little bit on the top of this pie crust. Whoops, get back over there. You get back over there. Okay. Now my oven is preheated to 375. This is just going to kind of give it a good brown crusty look, this butter. And I got one more thing to do before I'm done. Let me wash my hands. Y'all, last night Judah was so funny. They had s'mores afterwards, and you just give him a marshmallow, and he had it everywhere. He had marshmallow. He was the stickiest thing. It was so funny. And I was thinking about Isaac. If he had been that sticky, he'd be going, ah, ah. He could not stand to be sticky, but Judah didn't care. I'm just sprinkling the top with some sugar. Just plain white sugar. Just a light dusting on top. Okay, so I'm going to get this in the oven. I'm going to put a pan underneath it to catch, hopefully catch any drips. And we're going to leave it in here about 45 minutes. And I'm going to keep an eye on the crust. So if I have to put a, if I have to make a tinfoil ring to go around the edge of the crust to keep it from burning, I will. But y'all, that's it for an apple pie. So we're gonna have cabbage casserole coming up soon. And then, oh my goodness, we got all the gardening stuff, all the canning and preserving. Whew, that's going to be all summer long. But, anyway, Judah was so funny. And then the other day when it rained, we were on the front porch under the shelter, sitting in the rocking chair. And we had Judah on the floor playing. And he started down the steps. And Caroline said, as soon as the rain hits him, he's going to come right back up. He went out, and then it was a downpour, and it was like he was in heaven. He was just like, ah, and he found mud puddles, and he would, and I mean, like, it had been so dry here, and then all of a sudden this downpour came, and so my gutters, they were coming out of the gutters. He would go play in the gutters. He would go and play in the mud puddles. He would just take his feet and go up and down. It was the cutest thing ever. And Caroline posted some pictures on Facebook, and she's gotten the most compliments on letting him be a little boy and just letting him play. And I was watching him, and how he was. It was the joy of playing in the rain was just, it was all over him. He just was having a ball. And I'll actually put one of the little videos at the end too. But he was precious. And it was the cutest thing ever. And so let your kids be kids. They need to be kids. They have to grow up way too fast anyway. And so I was just tickled pink to see him having so much fun. So y'all, I'm going to bring you back when the oh, I need to set my timer. When the pie comes out, I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll slice it at church. I'm not going to slice it till we get to church, and or till the luncheon. And then after the pie, I'll show you pictures of the garden and then some videos of Judah playing in the rain. So y'all stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. The pie's going to be out in just 2.2 seconds. Okay, guys, it's fixing to come out of the oven. You didn't know somebody could get ready for church so fast, did you? In 2.2 seconds. So, imagine what I could do if I really knew how to edit stuff. So I'm excited. I haven't even checked the crust, actually. Oh, but it's perfect. I didn't need to put anything on it. Now, how is that for a beautiful apple pie? Can y'all see it? Come here. Come here. What do y'all think about that? I'm going to stick a knife down in this hole just to check the apples. I usually like a little more juice bubbling. Okay, I'm actually going to stick it back in for just a little bit. I think the apples are done. But I like a little more juice. And I'm thinking if I leave it in just a few more minutes, I might get some more juice coming out. So, let's go back in for just a minute or two. There's juices bubbling, but I guess I'm used to making a messy pie. A really messy pie, like where the juices are just like... And I know you don't necessarily want that, but I just don't feel like it's going to be good unless it's got a few more. So I'm actually going to leave it for about 5 more minutes. And then we'll see what it looks like when we get it out then. Okay, y'all, let's get it out. Oh, wow. Y'all, that extra time made all the difference in the world. I hope y'all can see what I see. Let me turn you down real quick so you can see. If you can see right in here, it's bubbling out. Juices are just bubbling everywhere. So out of all these little holes, see it's bubbling there. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's dripped there. So that extra time made all the difference in the world. I may have just filled it full. I did fill it full of apples, and it may have just taken longer. My crust did get a little bit brown with that extra time, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because this pie is beautiful. This pie is beautiful. See my little leaf? Now if I'd have had a pretty leaf and had taken my time to cut out a pretty leaf. But there you have it. Now let's see what Bryant thinks when he comes in the door and see what he says about it. Okay guys, so guess who just could not wait till we got to church?
That's me.
So we're going to cut it.
Don't tell anybody.
I think they'll notice the missing piece.
Maybe not.
Oh, look how flaky that crust is.
It may not come out all as one piece. Just a small one. There you go. Hear how crunchy it is?
Make sure I get that bottom crust. The apple's shrunk down. Oh my word. Look at that, y'all. And the juices, it just collapsed inside. That's delicious.
There you go, so you can see it.
Fork.
Fork. All right, guys, here we go. See, I'm a little taller than her, so I have to tilt the camera up a little bit. So, anyway, look at that pie. Look at the apples in there. You can see the scent. Look like, is that a hint of cinnamon?
Yep.
A little hint of cinnamon right there. Strewn throughout the pie there and the juices of the pie. Get a little bit of that crust along with the apples. It's been cooling now for, how long, about 30 minutes, Mom?
Yeah, and I turned a fan on.
Yeah, so maybe about 45 minutes.
It's still steaming, though.
We had to shower and shave and get ready for church. I hope you're ready for church because today is Sunday. And for some of you legalistic people, yeah, I don't preach. I preach without a tie, so please forgive me for that. But anyway, all right, here we go.
You get better preaching when he's not constricted.
That's right. Oh, that's great, Mom. Right there, that's perfect.
You sound surprised.
No, I'm not surprised. It was really good. And did she tell you I helped her cut a couple of the apples too? So 2.
1. 1.5.
2. She failed at math. Did I tell you that?
They know my measurements are pitiful.
All right, here you go. This is great. This is awesome. Easy make for you.
Can I have a bite?
Yeah, cut your nut piece. Anyway, no, here, I'm just kidding. You can have a bite.
There's no apple.
Yeah.
It's all crust.
Yeah. Upstairs, downstairs, all through the kitchen. Open your mouth and catch this chicken. It's not really chicken. My mama used to do that.
Oh my gosh.
That's phenomenal.
That is delicious.
Yeah.
I sound surprised.
It's not even Mrs. Edwards. It's Mrs. Leslie's.
That is delicious.
That's really good.
Oh my gosh, I think that's the best one I've ever made.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us
The
right here.
best I've ever made, y'all.
Best she's ever made.
Follow that recipe.
All right. You guys have a blessed Sunday. Go to the house of the Lord today. The sermon title is I Need a Mulligan. Everybody needs a do-over in life. This week may be your week. You need a do-over. Maybe Satan tempted you or challenged you or you flew off the handle like nobody else. Today's your day to read Psalms 51 is where we're going with David and the do-over of life. Have a blessed Sunday. Remember, if the grease is hot enough,
you can fry anything.
Have a blessed day.
Stay tuned for the pictures.
Bye-bye.
Jitterbug! Jitterbug! What is it? Is it a mud puddle? Is it a mud puddle?
Oh my goodness, you're gonna be so dirty. Look at him.